Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can integrate the Qwen 205 model LLM model inside your EXPO React Native application for Android using MediaPipe LLM Inference. So let's get started. So first let me show you guys the output so that things would be more clearer for you. So let me just use this mirroring technique. So here you can see my device. Now here I have one text input and one submit button. There is one reset button as well, which I'll talk about later on. So I'll just ask it one question like, who is Donald Trump? I'll click on submit and it should give me the answer. Now please note that I am not connected to internet, so this is completely offline. Now once it has given me the response, here you can see we are displaying this particular thing called tokens remaining. So every time you ask a question, the tokens will keep on decreasing, but once it becomes 0, what you need to do is you will not get further responses. So what you need to do is just click on the reset button. So if I click on submit, it will again give me some same answer or some different answer, depends on the model, but the number of tokens will decrease. Here you can see it has decreased again, but now I can click on reset. It went to -1, which is fine because the default value I gave it is -1. Now we click on submit. Again the value, now it will be in 600 range. Okay, so here you can see 667. So hopefully you got the point. Now the big caveat for this particular tutorial is the Qwen 205B model is almost 500 MB in size. Now you can't ship you can't package that particular model with your application. So typically what you need to do is you need to either download it from Hugging Face, like ask the user to download it like using a fetch call, or you can store it on your server and use a fetch call to download it for production apps. But now just to save time, I have bundled it within our application itself, so you don't have to just to save time, that's it. Let's get started. So here you can see that I have just created one cheat sheet to create a EXPO React Native application. So first you need to go to this particular URL over here and paste it inside a new tab. So inside this there will be different templates. I'm using this blank TypeScript template, but feel free to use other templates as well. So to create a React EXPO project, I have just used this particular command. Then we need to write some native code. So for that we need to do native setup as well. So once your EXPO React Native project is created, just go to this particular URL over here. Now I have already done most of the setup, so I won't be showing you that. So here you need to just select so here you need to select Android device. Here select development build. I have disabled EAS. Select your operating system. I have already installed Watchman, Kazulu. I have already set this as well. I have already installed Android Studio as well. So you need to do all this setup first, and I have already set this as well. I have already set this as well. And then once this is done, once your EXPO project is created, you just need to cd to your EXPO project. Make sure you cd to your EXPO project and then run this command. So this will install some dependencies, and once you do that, you need to run then this command. So this will actually create the Android folder. If I quickly show it to you, over here you can see the Android folder. So this will create this Android folder for you. It will ask you, do you want to run your application? Do not run it now because we will be writing native code. So again you will have to run it from scratch. So it's better you run it at the very end. Now to write the native code, we need to create a module as well. So for that, to create a module, you can just go to this particular URL over here, and I'll just open it inside a new tab. And inside this, again make sure you are inside your EXPO React Native project, and then you need to run this command. Now it will ask you for few questions like what should be the module name and everything. I have kept everything as default, so just press enter 3 times and it should create a module for you, something like this, module, my module. Okay, so our cheat sheet work is done. I'll just close this. Then you need to go to src, go to mymodule.ts, and here by default these 3 methods were present, so I have not created this. I have just added these 2 methods. So first one is for submitting a prompt. So we are asking a question and we'll get a response back. I'm not really using this, sorry, so you can just make this as void as well. Anyways, I'll just keep it as string. I don't want to mess things up. And because we are using event emitter, because we want to constantly send data, and here is our reset token as well. So this is promise of type void. Now for getting the event emitter, you need to go to my module.type.ts, and here you can see I have added one more thing inside the change event payload called token. The value we will be using, again this everything was present by default, I have only added this particular thing. The value will be used for getting the answers from the LLM model. Okay, once that is done, you need to go to app.tsx. let's see first how to use it. So here these are all the imports. I have created 3 states one for token, one for answer, and one for prompt. Then inside use effect we are just added this on change subscription listener, and we are constantly listening for token change as well as value change. Okay, once we get this, we are just appending to this set answer, okay, so that we get the entire response back. And here we are removing our subscription. Then I have just created one text input for user to enter something, and one touchable opacity, so that we can call this submit prompt async. Okay, and another view for getting the token, displaying the token, sorry, and one for resetting the token, one button, and one text for displaying whatever is the answers. Then you need to go to Android, you need to go to build.gradle, and here you need to add 2 dependencies. So first is the MediaPipe task gen AI, and second one is the Android X app compat dependency. Then you need to go to src main, and here you need to create a folder called assets. Now inside the assets folder I have copy pasted this particular LLM model. Now from where will you get this model? So for that let me just show you this URL. So you need to just go to this particular URL over here. So this will hopefully you're getting it this URL over here. So this URL will help you to download this model. So you can just download this model okay, from that from your desktop browser, and just copy paste it over here. Like I said, this is a bad practice. You won't be able to upload it to Google Play Store. You should ask the user to download this model, and make sure you only download it for the user if they are connected to Wi-Fi. Then you inside model, so you can just create this particular Kotlin file called model.kt, and just copy paste all this code as well. So this is all the code for it. Then you need to create a chat message.kt, and this is all the code for it. Now what should be the package name? So the package name you can get it basically from my module.kt or whatever your module name is. So whatever you see over here, you can just paste it for chat message as well as for model.kt as well. Then here is our inference model.kt. Now even I have copy pasted this from the MediaPipe documentation. I don't fully understand it, so I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy this code. Okay, once that is done, you need to go to my module.kt, and here firstly you need to copy paste all these imports which are there. Then here we created one variable for inference model. These are everything for calculating the tokens remaining. So even I don't really understand that, so I'll simply ignore that stuff, but you need to copy paste it. Here you need to get hold of our context as well as activity. Here is our life cycle as well. Then again, this is basic boilerplate which is present by default. I have not touched any of this. Then here I have created this on create. So once you open the app for the very first time, we are moving the model from assets to this particular path. Okay, this is done only once, and here we also initialize our inference model as well. Then here is our submit prompt async method. So again, this entire code which you see is related for token calculation, and here we pass our prompt, and here we get the result which we send it back to EXPO React Native side. Again, this is for calculating prompt. Now this done callback is very useful. So suppose you are disabling your text input as well as your button, because getting the response does take a bit of time, like few seconds. But how would you know once the model has finished giving a response to you? So this done callback would be helpful. So if you want to use it, you can use it however you feel like. Again, this is for calculation of token. This is also for calculation of token. Here we handle some error cases, and this is for resetting the token. This is for copying the assets to that particular path, and the rest of the code is also for calculating the token. So yeah, that's it. I'll simply scroll through this. So yeah, if you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.